Okay, today I got a fun project. I want to try and build a faceplate for a South Bend 9 lathe. So it's a 9-inch faceplate, 1.5, 8, 1 inch thick. Got a piece of cast iron here, and I'm going to start by chucking up this side and doing all the operations on this side there. Let's get going. I don't have to be precise. There's like 3/16 extra material on here, so it would actually be just fine where it is. But there, set my feed for the fastest rate the machine can do. In the low range, it's just 10th hour radial. So we've got almost 1 inch and 1/8, and we're going to finish at 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and take off 50 thou. A little bit of rock. Yeah, this lathe's pretty worn out, so not terribly surprised. But it's pretty nice for rough and pass. So now I'm going to leave the center area alone, and I'm just going to come in that 1/4 inch. I'll probably stay about 20 thou shy of it for finishing, and then come in about 20 thou more there as well. So yeah, let's get some spring calipers. My diameter is 2 1/8, so I'll probably set them for about 2 3/8, give me a little bit of room to turn it afterwards. Okay, so I got my slip joints set at 2 3/8. Missed a little bit, sorry about that. Forgot to start recording once again. Okay, this cut will be 230. Well, let's go ahead and get our calipers checked. We're looking for 150. We got 157. So I want to go 68 thousandths. 68. Okay. Watch yourself, it's quite the violent start. out about it, we lost our corner there. So it kind of kicked it out right there. We'll clean that up and finish it out. Okay, so I have this tool. It's one I made some time ago to get a ring out of something. And it's a tray panning tool, or face screwing tool really. It's not the most ideal. I was hoping to have ordered a square nose tool that I was just going to plunge in there like a 1/2 inch wide, but it didn't get here in time. So I think I'll make do with this, and once I get a groove carved out, I can kind of work it from there. Okay, so this tool was meant to work on about a 5-inch diameter circle, 4.5 circle. So I'll probably go out 2¼ inches and do my plunging there. Print says 438 deep. I think we'll start out at around 400 because I'm being a little cautious, and we'll go from there. I'll have to run it real slow too. High-speed steel. I think even one slower than that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, set 0 on my dial indicator down here. And let's see what happens. Try that. I'm going to try a pretty gentle feed rate of about 2.5 thou radial. A little more than that. A bit better. Let's figure out what diameter I want and I'll finish this cut. Alright, so the print says 1/2 inch wall thickness on the outside, so it's a 9-inch plate, so that's pretty easy. 4 inches on the radius. I want to stop a little before that so that I can try and leave a radius there if possible. But it's pretty easy to check just using a scale or whatever. Let's go. Alright, let's get the center one now. Need to swap, change my speed, my direction. nice diameter now. Cool. Alright, well here's where we're at right now. Got it roughed in, but I was going to go ahead and drill the hole right in there. And go ahead and thread it, but then I'm thinking about it and I'm still going to take off some amount of material from this face, and this face. And if I do that, that's going to mess up my shoulder in there and everything. So I want to go ahead, I think, and finish this side out fully. I don't think I'm going to get any distortion or anything when drilling it, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. If it is, I can come back and take off like a tooth out. You know, this is the only surface that matters at the end of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and went ahead and cleaned everything up so that I just can't work in a complete mess. So I'm going to go ahead and tool back up and start finishing this guy out. I did find a little radius tool I ground up. Print calls for a 16th radius. This is 0.155 diameter, so it should be close enough. And so I'll use that to finish that corner and that corner right there. All right, well, let's give it a go. I'm gonna finish up this face and then come out and do this one. We're at about 500 RPM, 3.5 feet radial. So yeah, let's get it. Easy way to check if we've met our mark, which we don't really have any recourse if we didn't, but let's just see. We can take our long ruler here and lay it across and then check there, see if it's a 1/4 inch, and it's pretty damn close. Like I said, there's a little bit of wear in this machine, so you know, it may not be exact and it doesn't really matter. So we're good to go there. Alright, so we're reading 65. Need to go in 22 more. Remember to push the record button. You guys have seen drilling a hole. Drilling a hole. Okay, so for our thread, we're doing 1.5" 8", and I'm just pulling my numbers from the Machinery's Handbook. So we need to be on the minor between 1.365 and 1.379. Alright, so most of you probably already know this, but your compound should always feed into the direction opposite of the way the lead screw is pushing. So if my tool is feeding inwards from the lead screw, then I want my compound to feed it against that direction. If I had it like it is now, and I move it back to dial in a cut, well then it's moving it back away from the tool pressure. It's putting it into an indeterminate state. So I need to flip it over around to the other 30-degree angle to make sure that the tool pressure is always pushing against my lead screw for any given cut. So this is This is not how you want it set up. You'll see it done. I mean, Adam Booth just did it in his last video and got away with it fine, threading lantern caps, but he was taking a light cut. But, you know, on a lighter lathe, I've seen them destroyed by not being very careful. A long time ago, I saw Robin Renzetti indicated in his tool post for the first time, and I thought, well, if that ain't the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But now I do it every time because it just makes sense. It's easy. And it looks like I'm going to have issues with my compound clearing. I'm going to have this bar stuck way out. Only other thing I could think to do would be to spin my compound 180 degrees. It's going to make videoing a little weird, but probably the way to do it. Alright, I'm going to turn off the camera and come back when we're all set up. That's not my favorite setup in the world, but I got plenty of room, so let's see how it works. I'm not going to use lead screw reverse, I'm just going to use the half nuts. This is a 4-pitch lead screw, so I should be able to engage them anywhere. So let's make a scratch pass. Always a good idea to make sure you're set right. And actually, an easier way to do 8-pitch, just take your scale, and we're set right. My little cheat sheet says the compound end feed is 094. I've got a go no-go gauge I'll be checking before we get there, so let's go. Now I'm going to dial in 20 on my first pass, or 10 on the radius. Up to 40 now. Tool is fine. And get away one more 10 and I'm going to drop down 5 probably. That's 50. Tool is good. I don't think we're anywhere near there, but it doesn't hurt to give it a little check. No, nothing even close. Nope, not happening. Ooh. So that would go, but it's tight. It's not what we want. So probably want to do about one more and then maybe a spring pass. So we'll do 89. the best idea. It sounded kind of chattery. Didn't fit on the go side, a little bit of slop. Just don't want the no-go side to go in. Gets tight, it's just what we want. This is a secondary test. This is another piece I made that should thread in there fully. That's a little tight, actually. So, might be good to go a little more. Make sure it fits on the spindle. Better to be looser than tighter. We'll go 1 more thousandths. Good fit right there. It's a really good fit. Alright, so I'm going to call that done on the threads and chamfer them. Alright, so the print says to do 1/32 chamfers here, so I'll try and approximate those. Where the fuck did it go? In one, there it is.